Well, friends, I'm getting even more excited. We're currently at 72 comments with a bunch of stars. I want y'all to continue commenting and continue putting those stars so we can get right to our goal for 100 by August 31st. Someone asked me, how do we write a comment? All right, well, tutorial. We go right over to the book. We go to where the stars are, click on those. It'll take us to custom reviews, write a custom review, and voila. That's It's like Amber said. Shayla is punking Anthony. Anthony is allowing Shayla to punk him. This is a prank. This is not an emergency. But when you want a child so bad that you'll do anything for it, you will be used. Let's go.
If you need me to pick him up this late, you need to hit me up a little bit earlier.
Well, I didn't know that I needed you earlier.
Keep your voice down, he's sleeping.
Okay, well, parenting is not convenient, Anthony.
That's foolishness. Parenting is convenient when you make plans. That's when parenting is convenient. You're just having a child, so you don't really know this. I mean, ask other people out here who actually have kids, and they'll know that.
I'm not trying to hear all that. Could
I
you
know
shit
you're
that?
not, because guess what? You're not the prominent parent. I am. So you don't know these struggles that I go through when you're not here. Everybody can't just be all laid up.
And that is a problem because he's laid up. That's the issue. The issue is that no one is laying up with you. That's the thing. That's what's going on.
Like I said, I'm not trying to hear all that. Just, if you can, if you need me to pick him up later, just hit me up a little bit earlier, okay? All right, now, do you need anything? You should be good.
No, I don't need anything else, but I do need to let you know that when Kai gets older, you know he's really going to resent you. You know the way you feel about your father? That's how Kai is going to feel about you. You don't think that he can feel the energy between us?
No, and nobody resents anybody like that. I mean, I didn't spend that much time with my father. He had another wife from whatever else it is. So, no, it doesn't necessarily mean that. All of this is just BS. This stuff you've made up.
The difference in his life, you didn't care about how it was going to impact him. You only thought about yourself and your happiness. Meanwhile, this little tiny, innocent black boy who looks up to you like a superhero, you're turning your back on him for what? A marriage?
All right, ladies, I want to say this to you. This is happening a lot in life now, where a lot of single mothers, it may not be you, but a lot of single mothers have sat down and they know how to use this against the men of our time when it comes to kids. This may be a reason why a lot of men aren't thinking of being fathers these days because it is what it is. And yes, a lot of men aren't thinking of being fathers. It actually is true. A very small amount of men have most of the children. That's actually the statistic out there. This is what is happening with that because you have single mothers like Shayla who press them a bunch of times about things like this. And so they try to make them feel guilty. So rather than me having a child and having to deal with this, I decided to just kind of punt the ball. That's why men are punting these days.
A marriage that's in shambles? This little innocent boy that loves you with his whole heart has never crossed you or done you wrong. You gonna leave him to be with a woman that embarrassed you? Really? Do you ever think about that? Or you only care about yourself, right? That's what I
How
thought.
could, you know what?
That's what I thought, Anthony.
Is that all?
I guess that's all you can do tonight.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the funny thing is, and I was kind of mentioning this in the chat, and I said to you guys that don't take this very, very light. I know some people think it unrealistic, but you have baby mothers who act like this. It just depends upon you, the father, if it is that you're willing to kind of go all with this kind of game and play like Anthony's playing, where you're playing stupid. You know what I mean? Certain man you just can't call at certain times, like me, you just couldn't call at certain times. if I've turned my phone off and it's not an emergency, trust me, you will have to tell me that the child is in the urgent care or the child is whatever it is. If that's not what you're saying in a text message, hey, go to urgent care, blah, 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 then hey, it is what it is. That's just the deal at this point in time. And I probably will call the urgent care and verify and ask questions and those things. But what has been happening is exactly what Shayla is doing, where she will sit down and she'll use the fact that his father was not present against him. In other words, to keep him in line. It's one of those moves that a lot of women do. Again, it might not be you, but let me tell you right now, this happens in real life. Exactly how Shayla is playing it is exactly what happens. Them try to use the fact that your father never did it and try to see exactly if they can play on your heartstrings. But hey, my father was there some of the time he wasn't there, but who cares? Turn out, it is what it is. What am I gonna do? Ball and make nice and try to see exactly if I can relive something that I can't relive. It is what it is. Plus, a man can only do what a man can only do. A man can do what a man can do. And I've come to understand that, which is something you have to understand as a man anyway. You know, you can't always be there. If you're always there for your kid, unless you must be born with a gold spoon in your mouth, we have a whole pile of riches where you don't need time for work, so you're always there with your kid. Or it is that you are a broke man who has no job at all and nowhere to be. So sure, you have all the time for your kids, which you can decide on, But I think I'll prefer to work and, spend the time that I can spend. But as of right now, she has Anthony by the nutsack. It is what it is. She have him by the nutsack because she knows exactly how to control him at this moment in time. Where's Amber though? Because I would have actually driven with him over there. You know what I mean? I'd have put on my shoes and drive with him. I would start going to these actual visits with him right now. Honestly, at this point, if she wants to get in with it, as he heard somebody saying, and I think you guys right, I would have just, me no know, put on my shoes and go with him. What is the emergency? That's what I would have done. But hey, let me know what y'all think. Would you have driven over there if this was your husband? Like, share, comment, subscribe. Talk to y'all soon.